when I learned about this whole like anti-white stuff, so it started with anti-white stuff. White people are going extinct. George Soros is pushing immigration, genocide. This whole theory. And you look into it and you start seeing Jewish name. So I read Mein Kampf, for example. I ran into Mein Kampf. I read Dr. What's his name? Kevin McDonald's book on the Jews. So I started learning about
That's
these.
after you got out of the army, or is
After
it?
the Marine, yeah, way after.
Okay,
Because
so I just want to make
when I
sure
got
you're not like a clueless kid in high
no,
school.
when I got out of the Marine Corps, I started. The first thing that changed my life was 9/11. So once I learned about 9/11, some questions about that.
A lot of questions. Okay.
But we know for a fact the war in Iraq was based on lies. So forget about every other conspiracy. So the lies in Iraq. Look into who pushed Iraq. Neocons. Who are neocons? Okay, so that's one thing. So I started going through these conspiracy rabbit hole. Everything. I'm saying aliens. I'm talking about like reptile. Every stupid thing you imagine. I went through all of it. Eventually, I come across Rothschild Zionism. This banker guy.
Yeah,
I'm like, well, he's a banker, and I go, who hates the Jews the most? Hitler. Why did Hitler hate the Jews? And I run into Mein Kampf. I read Mein Kampf. I started crying. I'm like, this guy is evil. According to everyone, he's the most evil man in the world. But he's saying they run the banks, they run the media, they run the theater. And then I start Googling banks, theater. I go, oh my God, how is he right? How is this man who I'm supposed to hate for, all these evil things is correct? So I look into it and I go,
well, no, just because I already feel that our audience is cringing and they're
some of them.
But so let's just slow down a minute, right? Because this is a problem we have, because then people say we're Jew hate, we hate,
right? You're self-hating
Jews.
No,
we want to solve thousands of years problems. So let's just slow down for a minute. So what did you read that you said, oh, what is that? Just in a very
I read Mein Kampf. I read.
But what did you read in there that you were like, oh, that's peculiar, that seems...
When he said the media then was controlled by Jews, left wing, specifically these communist Jews, not the religious Orthodox with the tefillin and the hat. It was these Jews that integrated into Germany. So you couldn't tell he didn't, if you read Mein Kampf, he didn't know what a Jew was. He heard about them as well. He was a Catholic, I believe. He didn't know what a Jew was. Then he's like, wait a minute, these people are not even German. There's something about, they're not even us, and they run this, and this, and they're pushing social democracy and communism. And every time I talk to one, they're pretending they don't know what they're talking about. And then, so he struggled with his own. So people think Hitler was born anti-Semitic. He wasn't. He became one, and he explains in Mein Kampf why he became one. He struggled with it.